What's going on? It's your boy Tony Loco Soto, and you're watching the Bare Knuckle Show with Brian Soscia, and it's fight week, motherfucker!
What's up, man? Live from Satellite 5, it is the Bare Knuckle Show. It's fight week, and I'm glad that Vaughn Design didn't, put the thing hanging down. I mean, I don't know if it'd be a real, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. We were talking about putting like a long rectangular blur down. We didn't think you'd buy it, so we decided not to. Anyway, we're here. We're excited. Fight week, as you heard Tony Loco put so eloquently at the top of the show. It's here. We're excited heading into Denver. And as always, a lot of stuff to get with today, unpack today, get into today, and most importantly, Chris Lytle. We love him. You love him in the chat. You go wild for him. He's stopping by. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff, as we always do with Chris. Ball laughs, not just fighting. And so much other great stuff on the show today. Stuff in the mailbag, rumors that are circulating, some news possibly. It always seems to break here live, and we'll keep you updated with the Bare Knuckle Show. So we're glad you're here. I like to check with my boys in the booth, see what's going on there. These guys help drive the show, and we love them. Let me move out of the way of your shot. Look. Sorry. There it is. Hi, guys. How are you? You guys probably don't get that reference, but Evan might. Put back to the other camera. I want to show you what it looks like. Now, do you know who Kilroy is? Do you know what Kilroy is? Is that really dated? It's from like World War II. No idea. So Kilroy is something they used to draw where he would like kind of peer over a fence and his nose would be hanging over. Kilroy was here, would say, look it up. It's a World War II thing.
Our noses are right over.
My grandpa would used to tell me about it. He used to draw that when I was a little kid. He was in World War II. God bless him. So a lot to get into today, guys. Always great to see you. Evan, I'm not sure if you put the vodka in there.
Great
we'll talk
to be
about
seen.
Did you put the vodka in there, Evan, you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the other bottle. That's for later. That's after Lytle.
Yeah, right. Lytle has so much vodka. We're going to talk about that, too. So Memorial Day weekend, we're coming off of that. I'm going to be very honest with you. Heck of a Memorial Day weekend for me. We never get time off, ever. I mean, we pretty much worked with the Mexico show from home. But I actually almost forgot that we had a show today because I was a day off. So we threw it together, and sometimes they're the best shows, so I'm looking forward to it. What did you guys do for Memorial Day weekend? Anything fun?
Not a damn thing.
I
need to get this mic. We need to figure out like a better mic system for back here.
We got to talk
like headset mics or something.
That would be
having
good.
to lean in is really.
I like when you lean into my mic. Yeah. So when you, the thing is, we have I don't know if you heard, we have an insane budget for this show. It's probably bigger than the budget for the broadcasts. So we're gonna make sure everything's on point here. And they hide us in Studio 5 in the basement or Satellite 5 in the bay. We're like literally in a dungeon outside of here.
Big, massive warehouse, 50,000 square foot studio we're in.
Yeah, and they don't let. Well, it is. We got the whole downstairs, but they don't let the animals out of their cage, so to speak. Like when the people come in for meetings, they shove us into the studio. Yeah. They don't want us around. I don't know why. God forbid. I don't know.
Did you do anything fun, Brandon?
Yeah, what'd you do?
No, I did yard work.
That's fun.
Me too.
Which actually is therapeutic. So I guess that's it. But it was Sunday and it was like 90, I think.
It was
on
hot.
Sunday.
It was hot in the morning.
You got to wake the neighbors up. 8 a.m. That's the ordinance. You can start making noise by 8 a.m. So really? I'm out there.
I hate people like you.
I've got the key in the ignition.
I want
at 7:59. Like I'm waiting. They do it to me all week, so I don't care.
Drives me nuts. You hear the lawnmower? Yeah.
All week, all I hear is the lawnmowers in the neighborhood. It's the most annoying thing. The landscaper trucks going up and down. It's like there's like 15 houses in the neighborhood, and I feel like I hear lawnmowers all the time. I don't know how. It seems like every single house gets it done like on a different day or something, so that I just all day long I hear the drone.
Hey, I got Esteban and Carlos's lawn service around me. I'm going to send them your way and make some money.
Guys. I do it myself.
It wasn't Esteban, was it?
No, it was.
I like doing it.
It was Wilson.
Well, Wilson. I love it.
Fucked me right up.
Well, I told you they did the cross cutting, and I couldn't believe it. It was wonderful. What's yard work? Chris says. I want to say hi to some of the people in the chat before we get back to what brand. We got to talk about some Brandon stuff real quick. But Little Ben's there, Swervo Cuts. I saw Gator. They're all in early. Quailman was there. Wesley Killeagle, Slick Rick Caruso, Andrew Toppin, Tower Dog Dan. They're all here, man. And Max Betts here. Chris is here. What's yard work? We all appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you share the show, hit the love button, do whatever you can to help grow this thing. I say it every week. We are a virus. We will not go away. Even if you don't like us, we're still going to be here. So join in the fun. Let's get back to Broken Brandon in there. You're not coming, huh? You're not going to be in Denver. What's it, Evan? Why is he have off? Why are you giving him off?
You got to build morale. You got to give some R&R to the men. You know, so for fight nights and prospects, I've usually just prospects will cycle out. So James will be off one, I'll be off, another one. Brandon will be off another one. And Brandon actually worked double time. He forewent his break to do a show because he was already in Florida. So I saved the plane. He was in Florida for Disney.
Oh yeah, that was the vacation week.
Yeah.
I did vacation and then drove from Orlando.
That's right.
Even though it was his off week, we saved money on booking his flight.
I remember that because he was sitting there.
Man.
He had his shades on. It was the outside show at Vivo,
Yeah,
I think.
that was weird.
You looked so happy, though. You just looked so happy. Here's how he sat before the show started the whole time. Right off his vacation. I understand. I get it, dude. It's a hard gear to shift.
I like the outdoor shows.
I do, too. I like the odor of this emanation of my body odor, no matter how much deodorant I put on when I'm running and sweating. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And then the post fights, if you ever watch when I'm doing the Legion, I feel bad. I feel bad for the people that I'm talking because it stinks.
Oh yeah,
it's horrible.
It's rotten. Yeah.
Corporate Evan with all the answers. They're saying. Gator's saying. All right, so you're gonna be off. We're gonna miss you in Denver, Brandon. We really are. I don't know what we're gonna do without you.
I'll see you.
Nothing will be broken.
See you on what's the next show?
Talking
62.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'll see you on 62 fight week.
All right, the fans are going wild. There you go. Nothing. You can't bother Brandon this time. He loves talking to you at the show, but you can't bother him this time. Let's look into some mail stuff. Let's get into the mail stuff here.
It's time for mail call.
The mail stuff. There you go. Getting the mail stuff. If you're listening and you're new listening to the podcast, you're like, oh, this is where I go. I'm getting out. I'm not going to get into mail stuff with him. It's mail, M-A-I-L. All right, so the first thing, this is really important to shift that gear into this. This is something that really brings me joy to do. We got a piece of mail. I want to wish you a happy birthday. I've met this little girl to a young cancer survivor, huge BKFC fan. She was out of Montana. That's where I met her. And the Champ's biggest fan, Kai Stewart's biggest fan. There she is. Peyton Killeagle. I know Wesley Killeagle is in the chat, and he hangs out a lot. So happy birthday to Peyton. She's a wonderful little girl, and we're glad she's here, man, because you need more kids like that. The innocence is wonderful. Look at Kai with his tie. There you go. Big fans. Happy birthday to Peyton. I will sing it. I don't know if the guys will join me. Happy birthday to you. She's a child. Happy birthday to you. Come on, guys.
Happy birthday.
Dear
Peyton.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, honey.
I think she probably just wanted her birthday to end after we did that. Yeah. It's pretty brutal. Happy birthday, though. We hope you have a great day. We wish you a safe, fun year. Appreciate you sending that in. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Got this in, too. Saul BKFC in Norfolk. I can't say that right. People that live there say it's Norfolk, I say, but it's, how do you say it if you live there?
Norfolk.
I tried that on voiceovers. I butchered it, remember?
You said it like...
I was like, it's in Norfolk.
You were like, it's in Norfolk.
Norfolk. Yeah. We're going to Norfolk. And I every time it aired, I just couldn't do it. I tried and tried. Norfolk. So they were in Norfolk, however you want to say it. We had been there before at the Scope. It was a huge thing that we were doing. We were invited to Side Grunt Style. There's Bombshell Caitlin there, handing out some pictures, autographing, pushing the words of BKFC. She loves. There she is at the festival. It was, I can't see if it was the Freedom Festival or something like that. It was something to do with Grunt Style, and they were out there promoting, enjoying the concert. If you see a lovely Caitlin, that's a great thing. But another lovely person we saw there promoting, his name is the Cut Man. There he is. There's G. He's out there promoting. People loved it. I'm sure it went well, and hopefully we got a lot of new BKFC fans out of that. We're looking forward to seeing who they are and them checking out what we have to offer. But if you pivot a little bit off G and Caitlin that were there and enjoying the concert, they said they had a hell of a time, great reception. You got to think, G's fighting coming up. G's got Albert coming up, Albert Inclin coming up, June 21st in that loaded card in Hollywood, Florida, excuse me. That's like our stomping grounds. A sure to be sold out show, 3 title fights, and you got the Cut Man, a lot of other good fights in there too we'll talk about. But I saw this thing, Evan and I talked about it briefly this morning. It just got posted if you missed it. Albert Inclin posted some video, and he was kind of showing what he's doing and talking about G. Let's take a look at that video. Now, he was saying here, I think we're muted, yeah, because this is what happens. We can't play because we'll get flagged. But if you're not able to see it, I'll read it for you. Something about this fight, something about this guy has been off since day one. We're going to remind him that he should have just stayed in his lane. He says...
Brandon's there.
What?
Saw a sneak peek of Brandon in the background.
Oh, I missed it. I'm reading. Sorry.
Continue.
No, that's great. I'm glad you said. There's Kevin Smith. Here you go. All the stars, all the cameos. He should have just stayed in his lane. And he says that it's just business, but I have a feeling that it's going to take a lot. It's going to be a lot more personal. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I'm trying to read this if you're listening to audio. Meet me in the middle of the ring. Basically, that's what he's saying. Side note, we're finally make our 125 debut. We're looking forward to that. Albert's got some dog in him, and G's a tough dude. I can't wait to see this fight. Are we going to see Brandon here again?
Yeah, hold on. It's coming up.
Hey, man, let's see him. It's right around here, right?
There he is.
Oh,
Okay, there's Vespi, and there's Brandon. Look at it. That's the crew. I look at Brandon back there working hard. What were you doing, Brandon?
Vespi's
punching.
in his deer hunter hat.
Vespi living the hobo life, as he says. So there you go. We're looking forward to that fight, June 21st. But there's some stuff going back and forth. I don't know what's not right with G. Maybe we'll find that out in forthcoming posts from Albert. But something just doesn't feel right. It sounds like they were cool. He should have stayed in his lane. I think G would disagree. I think G can't wait. I think he thinks his lane is to help you continue fights as a cut man, but it's also in the squared circle. And we've seen that time and time again. The place is going to come unglued for him. And now John Gotti. I don't know if it's the John Gotti. If it is, sir, how are you? I'll kiss your ring. John Gotti. Oh, he's not around anymore. That John Gotti, I don't think. G should crush him. There you go. Yeah, there you go. A little kiss for the Gotti family. We love you. This is interesting too. Pivoting off that. We like to take care of our boys in blue. We enjoy sometimes comping law enforcement in. We try to always do that. We have deep respect for them. One of our champs got into a car accident. She's okay. And rather than complaining about the car accident, here's what she did with the cops. She hung out. They wanted video and selfies with her. Look, go to the next one. She's talking to them. She's having a conversation with the cops. They're going to invite him to the show, and you go through, and you can see it all. You don't go through all, but I think it's really cool that there's the car. That was rough. She is okay, like I said. This is posted on Instagram. It was a rough accident, but there they are promoting BKFC. Even in a car accident, that's champion behavior, not complaining about the car accident. And we wish everybody well that was in that accident. But there you go. Taking pictures with the people she crashed into, I guess. This is what, wait, I shouldn't say that. I don't know what happened. The people that were involved in the accident. And this is really cool. This guy's having trouble walking, and I don't know if you just heard Jules say, this is what people don't see. This is truly what they don't see with police officers. Look at that. This guy is just making sure the other guy's okay and can walk. I think it's wonderful. I appreciate the misfit getting involved with like that and talking to our boys in blue. All right, well, let's see what... Oh, this is the best. I'm starting to love these. Keep these coming in. I don't want to speak for you guys, but I enjoy these every week. They're the punching bag videos. We didn't even mean for this to become a thing. It's like you guys keep submitting new ones. And I don't know, man. I don't want you to mute this, but I think we have to because they're playing like a Rocky sound song, so we might get flagged for it. But this is one of my favorite punching bag videos that's ever come in. I just call it the old guy trying to hit the bag. And it's a shame because it goes right to the beat of the music. It's
Burning Heart, it sounded like.
Yeah, it was burning. That's right. It was Burning Heart. And when it goes, his head smashes. He like falls. It's fun. Here, let's try. I'll talk over it so it doesn't catch it. Here it goes. Watch. Boom. I'm laughing at an old man falling. But there you go. Keep them coming. We like seeing them. And I'll say it again in case you missed it last week. Jared Warren also fighting June 21st. BKFC, what are we at, 62 in Hollywood? He's fighting for the vacant title, man. He could be champion, or could Jomi be? We'll see. He broke our machine. The man has broken faces, and he broke our machine. He hit so hard. We had to get it repaired. We should have taken that out of your purse. Come on, Jared. Making us good stuff. He's breaking it for all the fans. I wouldn't want to fight that guy. But I wouldn't want to fight Jomi either. We'll talk more about that later. Also, this is very interesting before we get to Chris Lytle in a minute. And I want to get his thoughts on this, too, because we might have to stop down. But what are your thoughts on this? Second grade teacher. Let's just watch this second grade teacher. They didn't look like this when I was in second grade. Oh, you can't play the music. That's understandable. Look at this. She's going this in her room. This is a second grade teacher. Like, there's more. I mean, you can scroll through that. I mean, I'm serious. As we're talking, look through this. There's other ones on there, like on her account you can look through. She's a second grade teacher. She does these videos. She's getting some. What the hell was that? Oh, it's out there. You're snorting like a pig. Far from.
I'm barking.
Yeah, dude. She a second grade teacher. They didn't look like this. Do you remember your second grade teacher, Evan?
Miss Grossman.
Was she gross?
Yeah.
I mean,
she was like 100.
Me too.
Maybe she was good back. Maybe she looked like this back in her day.
That's what I'm saying. I had Miss Breen, and I love Mrs. Breen. She was wonderful. She was absolutely wonderful second grade teacher, but she was like ancient. They didn't look like this when I was Brandon. Did you have a second grade? Did you ever pass second grade yet, Brandon?
No.
No, you know.
I honestly I can't remember my second grade teacher, but I remember my first grade teacher. She was beautiful.
I hope they don't look like this when I go to the parent-teacher night.
That's what I thought.
I'll be sweating
God, dude.
profusely. I will be looking at the floor.
On your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing when I watched it. That was going to be a joke I was going to make.
Send Kate by herself.
That's what I said. I was like, I'm more concerned about going to parent-teacher night, how I would handle it. And I'm very faithful and I love my wife, but this is too much.
Well, it's not the worst thing because I've seen what other classrooms look like these days, and at least, you know.
Yeah, she has a nice looking classroom.
Yeah, at least they're not trying to indoctrinate them.
She got the class and she got the ass. That's what she'd tell you probably. And the thing is, if you look at her account, I can't remember her name. She does a bunch of these videos. She's doing, I actually think it's smart. And she's talking about like there's her beautiful eyes, and your kid gets to look at these beautiful eyes and stuff. It's kind of weird to me, but whatever. She's probably trying to make some extra money. So do you think what she's doing is a problem? That's what was sent in. Do you guys, they wanted us to weigh in?
I ain't got a problem with it.
How about you?
No, I mean,
it's okay. That wouldn't alarm you if your kid had her in class. Would that bother you that she's doing this?
with that post, I mean,
No, she does a lot of posts where she's dancing in short skirts and stuff in the room, trying to look sexy.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, as long as she's not like put my kid in like the videos and stuff. I mean, it's her
I would
thing.
high five my son if I saw him one of those.
Yeah, attaboy.
Good job, kid.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. You're right. I don't think it's I don't think it's that big of a deal. But this guy wanted to know what we thought. I guess he wanted us to weigh in. Chris Lytle going to be on the way soon. All I'm saying is it seems like BKFC. What is this? Okay. Oh, Lytle's
There's
here.
a full-on fight brewing in our chat.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention, man. Oh, they are going at it. Send this person a contract out. If you're missing the chat on YouTube, get in if you want to fight. You want to fight. You want to be I'm not even reading it. I don't know what it's about, but I can tell something's going on. So if you want to be a keyboard tough guy and you don't want to get hit, that's what I like to do. Jump in the chat on our YouTube right now. We're doing it live. Wherever you're watching, make sure you hit the love button. You should hit the love button for this guy. We're going to get back to the mail call in a little while. Maybe we'll do a little bit with Chris Lytle, but we have him here. Chris Lights Out Lytle. A lot of stuff I want to talk to with Lights Out. What's up, Chris? How are you, man?
What's happening, Brian? I'm just paying attention to you making fun of old people falling down. I mean, it's awesome, dude. Get hurt, listen to Rocky, whatever.
You didn't fall down, did you?
No, I'm not an old person.
You look younger than I do, and you got a couple years on me. And, you know, it's amazing.
We're close.
Well, amazing to me. You look so young. I mean, look, man, I brought this in your honor. I actually found this in my bag right before we started, a little bottle of Airport Tito's. So
Look at you.
Evan was pouring his drink earlier. It's been insane here so far. So, Lytle, the thing I have to bring up with you, I think it's every time now. I got a text from you because you were flying to do the commentary for the show we have over the weekend. We'll get to that in a minute. But show the picture. Chris was very disappointed. Only 4 Tito's snake this time. And by the way, if you look close, aside from that, it looks like you're probably like can you zoom in a little bit on that, Brandon? A representative for maybe a market manager for a KFC now? Is that what that is?
Yeah, you know, KFC. I love fried chicken. I do love me some fried chicken, though.
So do I. That's the best facial expression. You're like, I only got 4. And your message is like, only got 4. I'll
That's
do better
the new
next time.
picture for like the top of the show. It's like, today we got Chris Lights Out Lytle coming on. I'm going to use that.
That is
Come
true.
on, man.
That is
Come
true.
on, Soch. You're not supposed to put that out there.
Oh, come on. You know, look, hey, if it gets sent to me, it's fair game for the show. And we're keeping, I still have yet to take a picture of my home bar. I told my wife, I'm like, we're not drinking all these Tito's. Should I switch to like whiskey or something? She's like, you and Lytle. She goes, and then Evan got involved. Evan, did you give up on getting the snake?
Yeah, I've only got a couple. I gave up.
He's not low lives like us to just keep. We'll have vodka for years. Once a year, we're going to have to BKFC banger and just get hammered with all this free vodka.
Nothing but vodka. That's all day.
See, we just drink vodka and water. All right, so you went there. You did some commentary for the Mexico show. I have my thoughts on it. I want to hear your thoughts on it, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the thing I want to talk to before that, and I don't know a lot about this. I don't know much you can say. Robbie Lawler. Oh, I can't talk about it?
No, you can. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So I don't know what there is to this, but I know that you know Robbie. I think you were at this meeting. Were you at this meeting with these two meetings of the minds here, or the one meeting of the minds?
I was not. Okay. I didn't even know about it until I saw it. So I started hitting Dave up. I was like, man, you got to get me involved in this somehow, because, man, whenever, back in not too long ago, people would ask me who my favorite people were still fighting UFC, and I was like, I like people like Matt Brown, Robbie Lawler, people who come to fight.
Yep.
People put it out there, fighters, So he's what we need here. People like him. No matter, I don't care how old that guy is, he's going to be a fighter. And he was a lot younger than me, so he's still got a few good years. And I'd love to have him come be part of us. He'll bite down on his mouthpiece. He'll fight. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about all the stupid crap. He's just here to put on a show. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, Robbie Lawler, definitely a guy we'd like to see here. I just didn't know if you had some more info on that, because I hadn't had any. I saw the post, and if you talk to Dave, I mean, what are you allowed to tell us? You might not be I don't know what you are, but tell us. I'm gonna get you in trouble, not me. Yeah. Do you know anything?
Just I'm talking to Dave to see if there's any way I can get involved to help encourage him to come fight for us, or at least start the conversation more to try and get this actually happen, because I know the conversations have been had. I don't know exactly if I can help out, but I want to.
I hope you can, man. I hope you can. I wouldn't mind seeing him here either. And I think that you. I mean, Dave's one guy, right? Dave's a promoter, though, and they respect Dave. But then they talk to a Chris Lytle, and that moves the needle a little more forward, because now, not that Dave is anything, but when you deal with promoters, as a fighter, it's different. Now you hear from another fighter who's talking good about the organization. I think you could help move that needle even more.
Well, not only that, I'm trying to tell him. I didn't have my first fight with BKFC until I was 44. So, he's not that old. So it's so much easier to train for a BKFC fight than it is a UFC fight, because there's no groundwork. It's so much easier on the body, the wear and tear. You don't have to wrestle, jiu-jitsu. It's so refreshing to come to BKFC. I want to kind of push that narrative and let him know, hey, man, this you still have fight left in you. I can see it. I can tell. Come have a couple fights.
I agree. I mean, I think that it's a wonderful place for people to do exactly what you're saying. And we've had this discussion off the air before, how it's safer. A lot of the UFC guys I talk to that come over, and women, they say that it's less to worry about. They don't have to worry about getting shinned to the head, knee to the face, breaking bones. I mean, you could break bones, but not, you get some stitches. And as you know, if you're a fighter, that's kind of part of the job description. The deal.
For sure.
How many stitches do you think you had?
I ain't worried about that.
How many stitches do you think you had in your whole professional career? If you had to guess.
Man, I don't know, 80? I don't know, a lot, I feel like.
He said a lot, I feel like. I feel like I would have kept record of that. I guess you lose count after a while. I think that'd be really cool to know.
I wish I'd have kept better track of a lot of things in my life, Brian, because my memory is failing me. I remember things, but I'm like, hold on. I'll tell a great story, and you're like, that was neat, Chris. That was me that happened to. I told you the story. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. I just kind of started to forget things, man. I think that's the age or something, not the hits. Maybe, I don't know.
Hey, dude, I don't know if it's the hits. Look, Joe, we've been friends for a while now, and I love you. I've been forgetting stuff, too, recently, Billy. You got that, Bill? Okay, let's go. Lytle? Come on, man.
What kind of trash talk we got going on the old internets right now? On your
I don't know. They're fighting here. I kind of haven't been looking at it. Evan, have you been monitoring the chat? Because I've been trying to talk to Chris. I didn't look at it. They're fighting over somebody getting a fight.
Check back in here. Hold
on. They're going hard.
John Gotti is fighting with Andrew Toppin.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
They're trying to set up a fight.
Oh,
John Gotti wants us to be signed. They want us to sign him, and he'll show.
Is that John Gotti Jr.? Was that John Gotti Jr.?
I don't know who it is.
Well, I know he had a son who was an MMA fighter.
I know he used to box. He used to do some stuff. A friend of mine used to train him at some point. So
John Gotti, say in the chat if you're the John Gotti MMA/boxer,
or it's just a fun name that you want to have.
Yeah,
because people do that
too.
Like we had shit for brains in there before. We have fun names, so maybe you just thought that was a fun name. But no, he's a lot of people.
He said he's the best 135er. I think John Gotti's son was heavier than that, right? He was a bigger guy, yeah.
They're saying Chris Lytle versus Mike Perry, Knuckle Mania 5. I don't know if we're going to see that. Corporate Evan, get these guys in line. That's what they're saying in the chat. You got
gentlemen, please.
You got guys in this chat that are egging people on, like beers and brawls. Fight, and you got other people defending it. It looks like it's happening quickly, but it doesn't look like a lot of people like John Gotti. Sounds like they're going against him a little bit. I have no dog in this fight. I don't even know what's happening. I'll read it later. But wow, okay. And you got Max Bet there. Can't wait to make my debut. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see you make your debut. Let's see. All right. Sorry, got thrown off with the fight in the chat.
Focus.
Let's talk. Yeah, it's like squirrel. My brain is so mush today. Maybe too much of this over the Memorial Day weekend. Who knows? Let's talk about Mexico. You were commentating alongside Sean Wheelock. Great team as always. how did I feel about that card? I don't know if I was in love with that card. I'm just being honest. I didn't hate it. I wasn't in love with it. I thought I'd expect something different, but the couple things I gathered from it, I mean, a lot of 5-rounders, and that's not always a bad thing, but it was a lot. I felt a little bit on commentary like you were tiring of the 5-rounders as well. Is that fair to say?
Oh, man, very obvious. You know, the first 4 fights going the distance, I was pissed. I was like, come on, man, somebody do something. You guys are 125 and you're fighting like heavyweights. This is sometimes it takes us a while to get people to understand the sport in that area. I was really excited because, you know, I used to, you know, describe myself as a Mexican style fighter. And I meant that in a complimentary way when it came to boxing. I got in people's face. I was hard nosed. I pushed you around. I fought. And that's what I think of when I think of the Mexican style fight. Those guys are bangers. It's fun to watch, entertaining. I didn't feel like that was what we had with the. I thought we had a lot better fighters there. I'm going to want to try and figure out how we can kind of make that product a little better because we got fighters down there. We got tons of good fighters down there. We just got to find them and put them on the card.
Yeah, I said that in the voiceover. I don't know if, to start the show. Basically, there's some of the most fierce fighters in the world, and I think that's what everybody was expecting. And I will never dog a fighter. They're in there doing something I'm not doing. But I'm looking at the comments here. Gator saying Mexico was rough. Mexico,
there was some good knockout.
That's what Anthony Camacho is about to say. That Mexico didn't have a ton of highlights, but 0 quitters. But the thing is, there were highlights. I agree with you, Evan. We put some on Instagram. And Evan, what was your highlight of the night?
Here, we're going to pull it up, actually.
Because we have a couple ones I wanted to kind of run by you. I agree.
You'll see them here. Not that one.
No, that's one of the ones I was going to get to anyway.
He had that mean uppercut.
Was that the uppercut? Yeah, that was the uppercut from hell.
But
4 knockouts out of 10 fights. Not enough, but I mean, the ones they had were
Gator.
Hold on.
Left to the body. Hit it from the halftime. Right hand knockdown number 2. We might be done, and we are.
So there was certainly some.
I think that there was. I'm sorry.
The early card was a little slow to get started, and then I think once we started rolling after the prelims, we had some good fights.
Well, I mean, like you said, that uppercut
Here's what
was
it is,
sick.
fellas. We're spoiled. We're spoiled used to get nothing but great fights and great knockouts. I mean, if you have a boxing match and there's 4 knockouts, you're ecstatic. You know, I was not ecstatic because there was 6 decisions. We never get that. We're spoiled, man. Usually we get nothing but fantastic knockouts. So I get it. I think we're just spoiled.
I do too. Here's the thing, and I hate to say this because I love, my love affair with pro wrestling. This isn't pro wrestling. I mean, we can't script it to be the perfect night every night, and we're very blessed and lucky. A lot of times we get amazing nights that I don't know how it just seems like the perfect night. So we're not always going to get that, but you got to respect the guys that are in there fighting. Like I said, we had the uppercut from hell. Donnie represented Brazil, I think, excellently. That punch you just showed was sick. Like there's highlights in everything if you look for them. I just think it, like you said, it's not what we were used to, which is fine.
We're spoiled.
It's the second time in Mexico. I mean, we haven't been there in years, 5 years or more. So like we have to grow it. We have to get them. It's almost like opening a new market, even though we'd been there before. So sometimes that takes a minute.
We'd been there before, but that was a long time ago. And this is a different group helping out. You know, before it was just it's apples and oranges, totally different thing. This was really our first fight in Mexico in a different, the counts, in my opinion. So it's going to take some time to get us established there. Might take a couple fights. I think it will be good. It just wasn't up to what I wanted it to be the first time.
No, I think so too. And I like that we're transparent about that with the fans because I think they feel the same way and they're kind of riding along with us. So they understand that when we have a little scrape, I don't want to say scrape our knee, but a thing like this where it's not as exciting, they get upset. But I think when we are able to break it down like this, they see what we're saying. A lot of them are agreeing in the chat.
Yeah, so this was all debuters too. I mean, the entire card,
except one guy.
You heard Sean making his BKFC debut, the first fight, and because a lot of these guys were local MMA fighters with the promotion was called Lux or something, and they all decided to try bare knuckle. So I think now that they kind of get, if we go back there and we use some of these same guys, they sort of understand what it is. Yeah, exactly.
I got to tell you, the guy who I thought looked best on there, he hadn't had a pro boxing, MMA, or anything. It was his combat sports debut, and he looked like the best guy out there.
The Brazilian guy,
but he had nothing. He had nothing to compare it to. That's the dude from Brazil,
Donnie
right?
Matos,
from Brazil.
Is, yeah.
I think it did Brazil. We said it did Brazil proud. Look at him. There he is. And
number 2.
Oh no, it was the cop. I know you're talking about. Here, exit out.
Oh, I thought you meant Donnie the Brazil guy.
It was this guy. Click that one. Oh, the uppercut. Was it the uppercut guy?
Uppercut was Luis.
The guy who got the other one we showed.
The uppercut
Sorry,
was Luis.
guys.
That's all right. We get to see more content. We're very prepared for today, right?
Was it
Two
this?
guys
No.
in the first round, like 30 seconds.
It wasn't that guy. Jesus Christ. This guy.
That's great.
Who got the really good left.
To the body. Hit it from the halftime. Put right hand knockdown number 2. We might be done.
So that guy, he's like a cop with I think it's the state police or one of the.
No, don't call them cops. They're federales or something, aren't they?
One of those.
Yeah.
But
These guys
that was his
the
first
guys that are on the take
fight ever.
Yeah, he looked phenomenal.
I'm throwing out these things. I'll be quiet. But I have a lot of respect for law enforcement. Like I said, there he is. And I got to wonder if that's because he wasn't coming from anywhere else professionally. So he didn't have, I don't call them bad habits, but he didn't have anything to kind of compare it to. So maybe he just went out there and it didn't play on his mind at all.
And people understand, like, there's different fights. Like, if you're a boxer, usually the first rounds are feel-out rounds, and you go slow.
The chat's correcting me.
This guy just came out and fought. That's what we want.
Reiner had a
bang.
40-3 MMA record.
AMI,
yeah.
AMI record. So
did I say MMA? I meant AMI.
Yeah,
AMI record.
But that's I heard you. I thought you said AMI, but maybe I said MMA as well. But the point is, he's coming from something else. It's a different level. So he's probably jacked up coming from AMI to prove himself, and he's coming into bare knuckle. And I feel like he doesn't have as much, even his amateur professional experience as some of these other guys have. So maybe that didn't weigh on his mind. He was coming out there for a bare knuckle fight. There's nothing else to think about. I don't know. We could talk about that all day. But Mexico, interesting show. I'm looking forward to get even better the next time we go there, and I think it will. Let's talk Denver really quickly. Denver coming up this week. Excited for that. You could go. I mean, everybody. Andrew the Golden Boy Yates on the card. He's looking to get to 3-0. That'll be interesting. You got fast rising flyweights. Like, I love the name Dom the Bomb Carey. He's 1-0, and he comes up with 1 KO versus Andrew Strode, 1-0, 1 KO. They'll be in the co-main event. That'll be good. And then if you look at the rankings implications online in the cruiserweight division, the main event, Sawyer Diesel DP, he's 4-2 with us. I think he has 4 knockouts, if I can remember. He's out of Montana. This guy, he's a tough guy, and he's battling another tough guy in Keegan Vandermeer, 2-1 with us, 2 KOs. It's going to be a really good battle of knockout artists, and I'm looking forward to that on top. What are you looking forward to, Chris, and what should the fans be looking forward to in your estimation?
Let me tell you, every time we put on a prospect series, the smaller ring, these guys come to fight. We're not going to have a lot of decisions. You know, we talked about having 6 last time. I bet we get maybe 2 at the most. I think we're going to have a lot of people getting wrecked. People are coming to fight. I'm making sure when I go there, I talk to these guys. I'm gonna let them know we don't like those fights where people are coming to fight. I don't care. I love 5-round fights. We just had Omaha, Nebraska. That's a lot of decisions, but I loved it because they were all bangers. They were all fantastic fights. I don't want all knockouts. I want great fights. I don't care if it's five rounds or if it's 5 seconds. If you put on a good fight, that's all we want. I think you're going to get a lot of that here in this card. I think in Denver's going to be phenomenal. I think you're going to have a lot of banger fights. Everything people want to see. That's why I've been fired up for this card for a long time ago. I did the tryouts a while ago, and it's going to be a good card.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great card, and I say it all the time. I mean, everywhere we go, they seem to love us, but thank God. But Denver is one of those towns that we go to, and the crowds are ready. They're pumped. So I know it's going to be a good crowd. They're going to be into it, and it's just going to be a great event, great night. We're looking forward to it.
This is the tiny ring, just for reference.
Yeah, if someone hasn't seen this small, you call it the tiny ring.
The smaller ring. I like the tiny ring.
This is the action figure ring where you play with your action figures. No,
it just makes people fight the whole time. And I mean, these are 2 big, strong, powerful guys. And that fight was amazing. I don't know if it had anything to do with the size of the ring, but it doesn't hurt. I'll tell you that. I
got to tell you something. In the beginning, we started using the small ring. We still haven't used it a ton yet. I wasn't sure how I felt. I thought I liked it. And I like the bigger ring too. It's all different reasons. Like the bigger ring's more of a spectacle when you walk into an arena. It looks amazing, the stuff like that. But in the fights are always good in the bigger ring. But the smaller ring I've noticed is pretty good too. And I know, Lytle, when we first started talking to you, you said you needed a couple fights to figure out which one you like better. Is it a thing of liking one better or just bringing differences to the table at this point? Do you think? Do you like one better, or are you just seeing differences?
No, I think it totally matters. Especially you put the prospect series, we bring these new guys in. I want to see how they fought. I want to see, we're testing them. I want to see if you're a dog. I want to see a lot of different aspects. And you're going to find that out better in the smaller ring. That's why I think it's perfect for that. Now, when you get more skilled and we want to see a lot of different aspects of it, that's where you go to the bigger ring. I think it makes complete sense to put these fights on in this ring, it changes not only your strategy, but what we're going to see. How are you going to fight? Are you going to be one of the guys who can make it here? And to me, if you can't back down your mouthpiece and fight, you're not going to make it in BKFC. So this is a proving ground. This is a testing ground. If you can pass this, all right, we're going to move on. We're going to elevate you to the next one if that's what you want. But I think it's a perfect idea.
So when I did pro wrestling years ago, and it's two different things, but we concentrate on our footing. And there's certain rings, different sizes. And if I was, let's say, they call it an Irish whip. I know you don't follow the stuff. But if I was getting Irish whipped into the ropes to bounce off and come back and get clotheslined or something, I would almost have my step count down to the point where I didn't even have to think about it. I just knew I was comfortable. That's the steps I would take, right? It's a lot of footing in pro wrestling. In fighting, getting into a bigger ring from a smaller ring, is that going to be an issue? These guys only fight in the smaller ring and then they come up to the bigger ring, the adjustment, or is that a quick adjustment? Does it depend on the fighter? I really don't know. I'm asking you because you've been around this so long.
I think you should adjust fairly quick, but it's something you need to work on. You need to practice it. So you would want to, at home when you're training in your gym, you have to make those adjustments. Okay, you have more room here. If it depends on if you're the guy who wants to be a mover, now you got more to work with. You're the guy who's trying to cut off the ring. Okay, now we have more to work with. This is going to be more difficult. You have to figure out different strategies. So you're going to have to plan for it and adjust, but that's where you start the first few in the prospect series. And then once you move on, okay, now you've had more time to develop. Your game gets better and you have to adjust it and learn how to be like when they first started doing amateur boxing, it's 3 rounds, and then you move on to pro and you move forward, then 6, 8, you just improve and you get better at and it changes. It's the same thing with what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, look, now that we've gotten through all that, we're talking about all the goodness that's coming up. And we know, June 21st, we'll get to that in the future. That's going to be a great card too. There's so much goodness coming up. We got the Newcastle card, I think, coming up. My brain's mush from too much vodka, I think. But let's move on.
Never.
Let's move on. So this is interesting. We like to do this with different guests, especially guys like Chris Lytle, because, look, the fans think they know you. I consider us friends. I think I know you pretty well. I've heard some great stories. I think we all do. But there's certain things we don't know about you. So we like to ask just random questions. So let's just do some random questions. Have to do with fighting, maybe not, maybe so, with Chris Lights Out Lytle. And if you have a random question you want to throw in the chat here on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, I'm not going to see it, so hop over to our YouTube channel and throw a question in the chat. You can get involved. We'll try to take some questions as well. And make sure you're hitting that like button. We appreciate it. And sharing that we're on.
What do you got for me? Let's hear something.
Here we go. I'm promoting the show. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, here we go. So the game. Outside of fighting, I don't want to know anything about fighting. What was your first ever job?
I worked at Steak and Shake for 4 days.
4 days? Why only 4 days?
That job sucked, man. I was like, I didn't like it at all. I went and got another. Me and my buddy worked at Steak and Shake, and they were just telling me, they had a saying, like, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I'm like, I don't like that type of stuff. So we immediately went out and I became telemarketers and went back and quit that job. So I became a telemarketer for a summer. It was horrible. You
got hung up on a lot, didn't you?
It was back in probably 1991. So people weren't used to telemarketing. I like to be like, now I was the person that I hate, but back then I didn't even know what a telemarketer was.
Do you remember? This is hard to remember. I just have to ask this. Do you remember what the rudest or funniest thing somebody ever said to you when you're a telemarketer? Just hang up on you. Do you remember? Like, go to hell, hang up, or like I'm.
Oh, yeah, but no. What I do remember was when somebody be rude, like. Eventually, I got like 5 of my buddies to work at this place with me, and if they would do that, we'd be like, "All right, here's a phone number," and we'd pass it around so that people would just bombard them with calls and just be a dick,
At the dinner hour,
so
too.
Like, yeah, be careful who you're rude to.
I just give it to my daughter. She's 3, and I go, here you go, and I let her talk until the people hang up, or I tell them, yeah, hold on, let me get Brian, and I just put the phone down and walk away till they hang up.
Well, it's a different world now. Back then, they didn't have, you couldn't look at your phone and see who was calling and block it. It was just, you answered the phone.
I love when telemarketers call. I can't wait to pick up the phone and mess with them. It's one of my favorite things to do, honestly. I would have messed with you. That's great first job. Steak and Shake. There you go. Then side hustles or projects. Outside of this, what you're doing now, you got any side hustles or projects going on? I know of a couple.
Yeah, I sell bourbon. That's kind of my little side hustle. That's because I got the 2 best jobs in the world. What do? I go to fights, and then I go out and I sell bourbon. So how do you sell it? You got to drink with people. So you go have some drinks. You sell. It's a rough job being me, but man, yeah, that's my main 2 things I'm doing right now.
In the chat here, Little Ben is saying that Lytle was a male stripper at the Blue Mountain Resort. That's what he's writing. I'm just telling you what Little Ben's saying.
Where's the Blue Mountain at?
I have no clue. He must know. It must be somewhere with male strippers that Little Ben knows all about, clearly. What's the most valuable thing that you learned in your career? It could be your broadcasting career, it could be your UFC career, it could be both. Something that you learned in your career that you really, whether it's funny or serious, that you, life, whatever, that you hold in high esteem that you think about. What would that be?
I think the most important thing that I've ever learned was not to make mistakes. Not to make
You made a mistake when you said that.
Other people, not to blame other people for your mistakes, not to make excuses. So when you start making excuses for your mistakes, you take your ownership away. It's not my fault because this happened. It's not my fault because that. You can't fix it if it's not your fault. So once you do, like I promise, everything that goes wrong in my life, it's my fault because I make mistakes. So once I accept that I made a mistake, I can go work on it and try and get better. But if you never accept your responsibility, if you never accept that you did something wrong, you're gonna have a tough life, man. And so once I said, you know what, everything's my fault, my life's been so much better. So that came from fighting. I was listening to other people. Oh, that was the judges. Oh, that was the ref. Oh, that was this. That was that. No, that stuff's true. It was me. And once I accepted that, best thing ever happened to me.
That's good advice. Broken Brandon, do you hear that advice? Stop blaming other people for all of your problems during the show. When you break things, look, he's not even paying attention. He's on his phone.
I always...
Evan,
is my mic on?
Evan, second me here. Come on, he always does this. He blames us for everything that goes wrong. Go ahead, Evan, second me.
It's true.
See?
Oh,
He's sitting there on his phone playing
zero
video
accountability.
games. What is he doing?
He's lazy.
Where's my
He shows
friends?
up late.
That's not true. That part's not true.
Stinking of alcohol.
That's what we all do, though. That's what we do. Brandon, you're a very important part of the show. I'm messing with
Male
you.
performance.
Thank you for that. All right, let's see. Anything else? This is one from a fan. Anything else you've ever wanted to do besides the firefighting and fighting? What was your dream in life aside from those things? Anything else you had?
Not really a dream, I would say, but one thing I always like doing, if I had to have like a real job, I like being a welder. I like doing welding stuff, and that stuff's always been fun to me. I've enjoyed that. But as far as like a dream, and I'll be honest with you, I was talking to, Wheelock the other day, and I was like, man, there's nothing else I want to be doing right now. I mean, in this company, people are like, would you like to be president? Would you like to be this? Would you like to go out and do this aspect? Man, I'm doing what I want to do. This is about as good as it gets for me right now. I'm loving every day, so I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, I agree with you. You are. Did you do welding? Is that what you're saying? You do it like on the side sometimes? You enjoy it?
No, I mean, I haven't done anything in a long time, but back in like high school and everything, I used to do welding and everything.
Cool.
And
with the mask,
I always thought if I had to have like a job, yeah, I would do something like that.
Did you put the mask, like the big welding mask you had on you and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Did you feel
the thing? We have a little stick welding. You kind of, it was always fun.
Did you feel that when you wore the mask, more women would hit on you?
Well, they couldn't see the mask. You can't have that around them women.
They can't weld. Women can't weld. You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man. Rumble's going nuts for you right now, though. The Rumble app's going nuts. They love you. All right.
Hey, I love the Rumble people, man. Those are my people right there. It's I like that company. They make a lot more sense than all these other wackos. I'm tired of these other platforms.
I love it, man.
Pissing me off.
I actually thought that you were going to say one of your side hustles or one of the things you would like to do outside of this. If I could have guessed. Thank you.
Let's hear it. What do
That
you
was
got?
totally an accident.
It was still funny. I thought that you'd say you'd want to run for like a local office. You had done that before, right?
I've already done that. I was just on the town council. I ran for state senate, but man, those people don't like me, and I don't like them.
Republican?
I mean, it's very eye-opening when you get involved. You're like the corruption level and how evil it is. Like I don't want anything to do with those people. I mean, they don't. Like I said, they don't like me. I don't like them. I'm not.
Evan had a question for you.
You have to be a fake person if you want to get anything done. You have to play ball. If you're trying to do the right thing, it doesn't work, man. I'm out.
Was that the Progressive Party, Chris?
Yeah, just if that's it, you'll find me like with a noose around my head. I'll hang myself, take myself out to get rid of one more.
Chris was trying to rid. Wasn't your platform to rid the world of toxic masculinity? Wasn't that what you're trying to rid the world of?
No, you was the opposite. I want pure toxic masculinity.
I know.
I mean? I want. Yeah,
I know, Chris, you're awesome. Most embarrassing moment you've ever experienced in your life? Go.
Most embarrassing? Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Lytle, drain the swamp. They're yelling. They're yelling that in the chat. Lytle, drain the swamp.
I don't know if I should be allowed to say this, man. This might be bad.
Say it.
It's going to have some bad language, but it's all right.
I think so, yeah. Do you guys think it's okay?
Let her rip.
Okay, so if you ever gotten out of the shower, you're nice and clean, and you walk out and you say something to the wife like, "Who wants to suck a nice clean cock?"
Well,
and you go out there and your in-laws are there. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, look, the Zoom, the Zoom deep state is trying to end this
trying
right
to
now.
shut you down. Go ahead. So that's what you said. That's gonna be a sound drop. All right, that's what you said. It's your wife. You're allowed, right? It's your wife. You can say things like that. So say that when you get out of the shower. Then what happened?
Well, then you walk out and there's in-laws there. Is that a problem?
Oh my God!
No, that happened.
That's kind of a funny story, do you think? Is that a little embarrassing? Would that be embarrassing?
What did the in-laws?
You got to double down. Did you like the statement stands?
or you need to make the statement stand.
You pretend that didn't happen is what you do. You just go on like nothing happened.
Well, you look at your mother-in-law. You go, well, it is clean. All right, let's move it.
You just hope that nobody really heard.
Oh my God!
No, I said you have to go out back and tend to the cocks. We have different roosters and all out there. You got to find something better. That's pretty. That might be top embarrassment moments. I would think. Evan, you ever done anything like that?
Yeah, I can't share anything on the show.
Yeah.
I've had some similar.
Lytle's very brave. Lytle's very brave. Wow.
There goes your political career.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, there's been a lot worse. He's not smoking a cigar, I don't think.
Or crack.
A lot worse. All right, I was going to forego that question because we're running short on time, but I'm going to keep going because you give us good stuff. I got two more. If you have any talent in the world you could have, what would you choose? Anything. Any talent that you could have.
Any talent?
Yeah.
You mean that I don't have already? Like being able to sing or something like that? Is that what they're talking
anything.
about?
I have heard you sing. You're a great singer.
No, you don't want that. I want to be able to fix things. I'm pathetic. I can break things, but I can't fix anything, man. I asked my dad once, I said, "How's come you never taught me to fix anything?" And he was like, "My dad never taught me." So I'm just pathetic, man. Things break in my house. I'm like, I need to call somebody. I can't fix anything. I'm very not mechanically inclined at all.
I can't either. These guys are always talking about stuff like home improvement projects they're doing in the office, and I had put like liquid nails down, whatever it's called, and I was nervous to do it, so to keep like what do they call it, the threshold down. So I'm with you. I'm getting better.
I wish I had that skill. I do not,
bro. I would have to call my dad to ask how to fix cars and things. He would help me, or my brother. And all I can think about is like one day Nick's going to call me, my son, and I'm going to be like, I'm going
to grandpa.
Yeah. Say something, please help me.
Watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, watch the YouTube. He probably won't even ask anymore at that point. Last one we have for you, because we run short on time. If you could pick a movie, I know you're not a huge movie guy. Actually, you are. Older stuff.
I love movies.
It's music you weren't huge into when I asked you one time, but movies. What movie would you be in, like live in if you could? What movie would you go live your life in?
Would I live in?
Yep.
Shit, man.
By the way, as he's thinking, I want to say that they're saying in the chat that he must be buzzed on bourbon talking about the shower story. And then Gator's saying that escalated quickly.
I don't drink in the daytime, in the morning, not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean, unless I'm with friends. Not at home, not by myself. Come on, I'm not that kind of problem.
What movie?
We'll go with that movie, Avatar. I could live in that one. I like to be flying around on those dragons or whatever they're on. I don't know. That'd be fun. I mean, Avatar. We'll do that.
It's one of the most expensive movies ever made. See that you're an expensive star there. We love you, Chris Lytle. Listen,
high end.
I know you are. You're high end. You're top dollar, baby. We're gonna see you in Denver. We got to go because Deep State's ruining your Zoom. They're gonna cut you off. They must have heard you. So thank you so much for coming on, and we appreciate you always, man. Good checking in. We love catching up with you. The chat loves you as well.
All right, I'll talk to you guys in a couple days.
Yeah, see you, man. Awesome. Wow. You know, someone says Bloodsport. They'd like to be in Bloodsport. Mike and Mish are saying that. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Little Ben. I bet you do like the Chocolate Factory, Big Ben. Little Ben. I mean, I did. When I was I hadn't seen that movie. You guys are sick. I would say I did. Oh, come on. I saw that movie for the first time like 10 years ago. Yeah. And I wished I lived in the candy factory.
I bet.
It was Willy Wonka. Isn't that the same thing? Willy Wonka and Charlie, they're the same thing, right?
What? The Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, but isn't it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or the Candy Factory? I don't know.
Chocolate.
I don't know. Schnozberries taste like schnozberries. All right, there you go. You guys can let us know in the chat. when I didn't mean to say it. It's pretty funny. What movie you'd like to be in. Brian, show me some love. Okay. Kevin Rayford, I'm showing you love. Mwah, that was weird, but there you go. All right, so let's get back to what we were on here. Let's go back to the mailbag. We jump around the show. You know, there's no format, but there is, but there's not.
Do you want the mail call sound?
Yeah, might as well go back to it.
Time for mail call.
As I said at the top of the show, mail call. Little Ben's going to get excited when he hears that. It's the mail that comes in the mail, Little Ben. All right, let's see. Back to it. Second grade teacher, we talked about that. If you missed that part of the show, she was beautiful. Lorenzo Hunt sent this to me. and you may have seen this. You might have to mute this. I don't know. He's got Lose Yourself going in the background, which, by the way, props to him doing this. But on the video here, he tries to rap Lose Yourself at the end. You can. It's interesting. But this guy, busted elbow. Here he goes. Already back to doing dips. And he said, "Don't never count me out." That's what he said when he sent it to me. "Don't ever count me out." And you watch him. I mean, it's tender. I mean, this is, look, Evan, I'm sure you've done dips in the gym. Brandon, I'm sure most people have that are watching. When you first start doing them, they're not easy to do anyway. Now imagine having one of your arms gone and you're trying to do it again. Look at him. Lorenzo's making it happen. That's what a champ does, and I think he'll come back better than ever. And we're looking forward to it. We're going to have to catch up with Lorenzo really soon to see how he's doing. But judging by this video, it looks like the elbow's doing really well, and I'm glad about that for Lorenzo because we value him here. We like seeing the juggernaut and what he has to do. So there you go.
I would argue that judging by that video, the elbow is still...
Well, it still hurt.
It hurts.
Of course it still hurts. But what I'm saying is, like, for him to...
He's getting back to it, yeah.
Go to it. Yeah, I didn't state that right. You're 100% correct. He's tender. He's probably trying it for the first time. Yeah. You know, now he's trying to rap to Lose Yourself. And he...
Playing in the beginning, the mood all day. I've been split up and booed out.
He just stopped.
Let's go.
I thought he's doing pretty good.
Juggernaut Life Fitness.
Hey, Juggernaut Life Fitness with all the
Jacksonville,
BKFC stuff.
Florida.
That's right. Go check him out, man. There he is, Lorenzo. Thank you for that, Lorenzo. And again, I'm not saying he's cured at all. I'm just saying that the guy's getting back to it. He said, "Don't ever count me out." I don't know if I could do it that quick. I mean, the guy is in insane shape, so kudos to him. Another guy working hard. Have you seen this? Have you seen this photo of Arnold Adams? I mean, he's dropping. Well, look at him. That's Arnold Adams is working really hard. I don't know.
Look at those pecs.
I mean, dude, look at the midsection's getting tight. The pecs are getting tight. He's shaped like a V now. He's working hard, man.
Yeah, that's a big transformation.
Big time. What's he? He's down 35. Wow.
So he's probably sitting at, what did he fight at? He's probably, 225 right now? I think he fought up. I could be butchering that.
I'm nervous though. I don't know if he's trying to train for some kind of BKFC fight or he's trying to train to be a Chippendale, but he's getting his body in order and he's ready to go. And again, another congrats to him. That's not easy to do. He looks completely different. I can't wait to see what he brings to the squared circle next time he comes in there. Oh, this is good. There's a specific reason we're doing this. I think we did it last year as well. If he keeps coming up with these videos, we'll do it more and more. Chris Camozzi, we're going back to Denver. He's from that area. He's fought for us before. And we just wanted to congratulate Chris. I can't even do it. We want to congratulate Chris Camozzi and his girl on however many years they've been together. There's a nice video they put out. And you'll understand why we're showing this video. I mean, we might have to mute it. I don't know. We can commentate. Look at him and his beautiful girl, and she's an influencer too. She's done some boxing, celebrating however many years he says. Look at that. This is. I figured you guys would like to see this video. She's an influencer, and like I said, she's fought before. Hey, Chris Camozzi, I could see why you're celebrating your anniversary. I mean, I would anyway, but geez, God bless you, man. There it is. Look at them. They're so happy together. Congratulations to them. Can't wait to see Camozzi come back soon. We're looking forward to it. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, there's no more of the mailbag. Let's move to what was supposed to be segment 3. And let's talk about, this is interesting. A lot of people talking about this online. What's going on with Britton Hart and Taylor Starling? Is this fight going to happen? The rumor mill's been turning and churning. And let us know if you want to see it in the chat. Like I said, I know Nate shook and some of the brass, some of the suits, not just Evan. Look at the chat here, and maybe you can talk them into it if you want to see that fight. I do want to see it. This is from Mike and Mish. They sent this in. We talked about this last week with Taylor. Is this fight going to happen?
Taylor Starling, you've been calling my name out. I'm sick and tired of people saying that we're going to be a good fight. If you think it's going to be a good fight, I think we need to make it. And then after that, yeah, the Queen of Violence. Because, yeah, I'm sorry, nobody else really deserves it. Because there's no way. I wasn't even offered or given an option for the Queen of Violence. So I was going to make it known again, like the Paige Van Sant days. Yep. People always count me down, count me out. What do I got to do to be good enough for you guys? Well, you know what? If it's that I have to put on 20 pounds, so be it. I'm not scared. I'm ready to do that.
Well, there you go. I mean, she answered 2 questions in there. The Taylor fight, she wants it, so hopefully we can see that. I think that would be a fun fight to watch between the two of them. And also, I mean, she talked about the Queen of Violence. Look, no disrespect to Britain or Borga or anybody. Everybody's jumping on this train. it's a chance, and I understand why, to be labeled the queen of violence. We have the king of violence. They want to be the queen of violence. So that's going to get talked about, I feel, more and more when you hear women in interviews. And, I mean, maybe they end up doing a queen of violence tournament. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if that's ever going to come back. I don't know how we're going to do it. But I understand you wanting to be the queen of violence. It was actually smart marketing to fit that in there. So now you got Borga and Hart wanting to be the queen of violence, and Faria, too, I'm sure. And then we can look quickly at, this is interesting, coming up, because we have the UK show coming up. Bartholomew, I'm just calling him Bart. I'm going to mess his name up. Kroll. Interesting little package on him. There's a spotlight on the app. Now let's watch a short piece of that.
In Poland, the street fight was like part of the life, you know. It's not like special. It's like, wow, let's go bare knuckle. No, it's like, okay, let's do it. You know, your choice. If you wanna be on top, then you're gonna confront your opponent. If not, that you fucked. They're gonna tell you every day, you are nobody. You bomb. Fuck off. My name is Bartłomiej Król.
All right, there you go. I mean, a little bit about him there, and you can see it playing as I talk, but you can catch this whole thing. You should check out the piece. Check out the piece. Get familiar more with Bart and all the footage we have coming up. We have a great opportunity to do that on the app, bkfc.com. Grab the app if you haven't yet. Speaking of the app, great fight coming up this week. Looking forward to that as well in Denver. Vandermeer on top. Let's check out what some of the past highlights of him. I mean, if you're just getting new to the product, Sorry, if you're just kind of checking out the product, you don't know him, here's the highlight package that was put together. You can see what he's all about. And if you look here, I mean, look, this guy, he's going to come in ready. He always does. It's going to be a fun main event. And I mean, look, he's got nice muscles. That's great in slow-mo. So I'll keep talking until we get to the actual fighting. But but look, I mean, the guy's, he's dangerous. And he's coming back again. I'm excited to see him come back in Denver. And against a guy like Sawyer DP, we said at the beginning of the show, that's a fight that'll be fun to watch. Sawyer comes to fight. We've seen it time and time again. He's out of Montana, and Keegan is just ready to go. And look, this is just some of the old clips that we're seeing, some of his past highlights in BKFC. Look at this guy. He's tough. But as you look at these, remember something. These are past clips. So you're as good as your last fight. They say that. Well, he looks pretty good. I can tell it's in Denver because of those weird balls they used to have. They knocked that arena down, I think. But if you look at him right here and now, this is what he put out recently on his social media, showing you what he's doing to get ready for the fight this weekend. I think we should take a look at just what he's doing. This is just some self-shot footage. It's in the gym. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I'll get to him later.
Come on, Brandon.
That's not the one. I'll get to him later. I must have skipped over Merck. We got to talk about him yet.
All right, we'll let Brandon find it.
Do you want to do Merck first? It's because we got disjointed here.
I thought you skipped Merck.
I thought I did.
You skipped a bunch of stuff in the mailbag.
What did I skip in the mailbag?
You've been going out of order ever since.
Oh, shit, I did.
You've been going out of order ever since.
I have. I'm
That's why
so sorry, dude.
here.
Well, let's get to this, and we'll go back to... I'm so sorry.
Here, no, I got the Vandermeer thing.
Go for it.
I got his clip up. I can't play that.
There it is. That's all right. So here he is now getting ready in the gym for this weekend, and he looks ready. He looks ready to rock and roll, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come back and fight again. We all are. Denver's going to be nuts. BKFC.com, grab the app, and I might as well get to the rest of the mailbag. Thank God for you. I rip on you and joke, but thank God for you, because I would have failed here. And this is important stuff. This is actually funny. A guy named Limitless sent this in. Limitless. I guess his name's Les. I don't know if I can say this. He's calling Hefty Bag Kai Stewart. He said, how will Hefty Bag with an F? I'm not going to say it. How will that guy hurt my dude? My dude is indestructible and undeniable. And then it said... He said, watch this video to see how tough his knuckles are. This is the Duran video.
Okay. Jesus.
I mean, we've seen this guy. We've seen him hit cinder blocks. We've seen him hit hammers. We've seen all kinds of stuff with his unique training. Now he's punching telephone poles. So, I agree. Limitless, he's a tough guy. I mean, I talked to Kai Stewart the other day. He told me, he's a tough guy. I'm not discrediting the fact that he's a tough guy. But I'm an elite athlete. That was Kai's kind of rallying call. I'm an elite
Duran's
athlete.
Been hitting a bunch of different things. We played a ton of videos on. What do you think's the final boss that he needs to hit? What's the final boss?
I saw him punching hammers. Remember when I tried to punch the hammer? That hurt. I mean, bricks, they'll cut you up. Hammers, I don't know. I feel like that was rough, but I feel like the hammer, the bricks, the cinder blocks has to be harder to hit. I do. I've seen him punch through a watermelon. Listen to me, water. Sound like a Delco. A watermelon. So I don't know. I don't know what the final boss of that would be. I guess we'll see. He's going to probably keep doing it as he gets closer. Let's check in with some other stuff because I know we're going to run short on time here. Okay, this is Merc season. Marcus Suarez, I didn't mean to forget you, but this is amazing. Let's just play it and we'll talk about it. If you don't know, we talked about this last week. This is him. Incredible transformation over the years. He was overweight, and look what he did. Well, the work ethic it took, much like McElroy did that too. The work ethic it takes to get down in weight like that, stay down in weight like that, get ready to fight, that's life-changing, man. There's a lot of people out there that wish they could lose weight like this and get into that mentality. That shows you he's mentally tough and probably physically tough too. And we've seen him fight, and it's hard to do. It's not easy. Look at this guy. The transformation he made. I'm excited to see what he's going to do June 21st at Hollywood, BKFC 62. I just want to keep watching him roll because he's a great guy. Keep him rolling, keep him going, and I want to see what he's going to accomplish next. And when I see stuff like this, kudos. I keep using kudos today. Congratulations to him for losing the amount of weight he did. And he is one of the most convinced fighters I've ever met. He keeps saying it's Merc season. Watch the show. Watch me rise. So we're looking forward to seeing that. And congratulations. We talked about it last week on your transformation. What's the champ doing? What's Kai Stewart doing? A lot of training, I'm sure. We know that he took his camp to Spokane. He's training with some great fighters to kind of shake things up a little bit. But this was interesting on his social media. It's him catching fish. This is all the fish he's caught in 2024 so far. I'm not a fisherman, rainbow trout. Haven't been fishing in a couple years. I do enjoy it. You guys fishermen?
Mo. First day back in Montana, scored myself a
I've gone fishing in the past. Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, we'll go again.
I think Tierney's our biggest fisherman.
I know. Joe Elmore's a big fisherman, too. Wow. I know that because I remember them talking about the fight. But I never caught stuff like that. I'd catch like an eel.
You ever go deep sea fishing?
I've always wanted to, but I'd probably throw up. But I want to try. That's what you did?
Yeah.
What's the biggest you caught, you think?
I used to get, what the hell, stripers, I think they're called. Those are what are off the coast of, down Jersey Shore. You get stripers and...
Jersey Shore with hypodermic needles floating in them inside the bodies.
Yeah, you just pull them out. It's part
throw
of
them
it.
back
That's
in.
The flavor.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Fishermen in the chat. I was a Boy Scout back in the day, so we used to go on Boy Scout trips.
Boy Scouts changed a lot from what I understand recently.
They got girls now.
That's kind of weird to me. I would be pissed off.
I don't think that's a great idea because when you're like 14 years old, you're just pumped with hormones. Like,
not only that, dude, if you're a Girl Scout or a Brownie, I'd be pissed because you're taking business away from them. So that's probably upsetting them as well.
I think that it's just Scouts now. It's merged. You don't like that?
No, I don't.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's a very bad idea. But hey, who are we? We're gonna get shut down like Lytle did. We got to be careful.
I don't care.
I don't really either. It is. It's a weird idea. You sometimes like growing up when it's just boys growing up, it's just boys. It's just girls. It's fine. We'll get into that later if we can get into that at some point. But yeah, I haven't been fishing.
There is no
years.
gender, Brian.
I saw a great thing online the other day.
You talk about that adamantly.
Don't do this to me
before the show starts.
I'll say it right now.
It's a spectrum.
I'll say it right now. No, I didn't talk bullshit. Yeah, what I'll say.
It's a societal construct.
I am on the side of things. I saw an excellent meme the other day that if there's more than two genders, why do those? I've never done one. I hope you don't. A gender reveal. Then they're excited if it's male or female. But we're not supposed to assign genders, right? What kind of sense does that make? Are you guys doing a gender reveal? Brandon, Evan?
When I cut my dog's balls off, it was still a boy.
You're dumb. All right. We're going down a rabbit hole here. It's getting late. I want to get through this. Let's skip the one we just saw. There's no reason for that one today. Let's do this. Tag a fighter you'd like to see in BKFC. This was a great thing we put up on our social media. A lot of great stuff being tugged. I actually tugged Brandon. I want to see Brandon in a BKFC ring do a fight. Brandon, any chance?
No.
Would you
I gotta film it.
You could be broken Brandon after that, not broken Brandon. Evan, you put some great stuff up. I saw people really liking what you're putting up. What did you put up? I don't know. You got like 350 likes on one of them.
On
the Tag a Fighter.
My personal comment. Yeah. Go down to that.
And then
I was just saying what everybody else is saying. Everybody wants to see Gaethje.
Oh yeah.
But that got 0 likes. So scroll, you'll probably see it. So you'll see. Keep going. Maybe you'll see. Oh, there it is. Go up.
Wait, as we're waiting. Hold on. Wait. You never answered the question. Are you doing a gender reveal?
It's a girl.
Oh, that's the reveal.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I'm glad you're not doing one.
It's not showing the gifs on the.
That's all right.
On there, but so the one that got all those likes was of Justin Gaethje, but the other one I put up, which had 0 likes, was Katie Taylor, which I think would be awesome.
I do too. That got no likes, huh?
Yeah, no likes.
I put Bobby
It
Lashley
got
up
washed
there.
off.
I got a couple likes from Bobby Lashley.
That was a
because I
good
harassing him.
Good old engagement farming post right there.
It worked. I mean, but it's also like, look, write a comment in there because, like I said, like I was saying before,
there you go.
You know, we have it.
We're up.
Right.
So
there you go. That's great. You got a ton of likes on that
Look
one.
at that.
And like I said before, like we put the stuff up.
There,
Of
Katie
course.
Taylor.
There you go. We're looking for engagement and stuff. However, we read these things. You don't think I know Dave's stuck on planes. He has nothing to do when he's not on a call every 2 seconds, and he'll probably just hop on here and read these things, and it could give him ideas. Maybe someone he's not thinking. We're not perfect. We're not always thinking of the best ideas. We try our best, but I shouldn't speak for Dave, for myself. But it helps. So let us know on any social media who you want to see fight here.
You burping?
I am burping. I'm sorry. This coffee's killing me today. I held one back earlier too. I feel like I'm on Stern. Evan Zentar putting the knife in there, cutting it off.
Yeah,
in the chat.
Did you do it yourself?
Oh, you're so
And
great.
actually, I don't think now if I got it, this is like when I was growing up, but like now, I don't think I'd cut my dog's balls off.
Let it hang, bro.
Yeah. I don't think it's good for him really to like.
No, it's demasculating.
Well, I think it also like it messes with their hormones too. Like they're not going to produce testosterone anymore, which I guess that's the point. That's what they want, but that's going to cause problems, down the line
For other dogs.
No, I mean just for themselves. You're gonna have,
And other dogs, they can't eat. Look, here's the thing. For themselves, for other dogs. And then after you're married for a while, you've been married a very short time, your balls sometimes went up in the freezer. They're kind of... all right. So, Evan, that was great. Get engaged with that post. Thank you for that. You're
welcome.
Yeah, it was. I think it was your idea. Was it?
Yeah.
Great idea. Thank you. I think that does it for today. Am I missing anything except the one thing I said forget about that's not important?
I don't think we're missing any. I don't know. What else is in the headlines? Former UFC BKFC alum Paige Van Zandt made her boxing debut.
Stop. Dude, they're saying that in the chat here. We want Paige Van Zandt versus the Rugged Beauty. Look, here's the thing. I got to tell you, I didn't watch that fight. I saw some clips. Yeah. Ellie Brooke or whatever her name is. I saw her lay one on Paige. Boom!
Got a knockdown.
Bro, it was awesome. And I'm like, wait, I'm getting too excited about this. But it was a good shot. It was a good shot. I'll stop there. I'll just stop there.
Yeah.
Anyway, that does it for today's show. Do we have any news? I don't
know.
We have rumors.
Good. Let the comments fly.
Yeah, let them
anything,
fly.
Anything we're missing, guys? I don't know.
Look, as we're Nathan Revere's here too. Yeah, BKFC's legal in Georgia now. When y'all coming, I agree. I can't wait to get to Georgia.
Are we? I think we've been legal in
Georgia. I think it's kind of come out recently. So there's some news for you.
I think it came out like a year ago, didn't it?
People forget. Stuff moves quick. I'll say this before I go, and I wasn't going to do this, but I talked to Evan, the guys, before the show. I just kind of want to let you guys in on something. I know that we all live our own lives. There's a dude. He was actually commenting on the show last week named Chris Pauls. And I'd known him since first grade. He was like a brother to me, one of my best friends. He was engaged in BKFC. He told me Joe Elmore's going to be a star. He called Lorenzo being a star. This is before anybody did. He would watch and tell me these things, and I agreed with him. And very dialed into the product. Like I said, more than a brother to me. Unfortunately, we lost him the other night. He passed away suddenly after some complications, but he was getting better and passed away. So I just wanted to kind of apologize if the show wasn't up to snuff or don't seem as happy or whatever is normal. It's pretty hard for me right now. So if you guys pray, I hope you do. Please keep my friend Chris in your prayers and pray for his family. It's a rough time. He just lost his father, so his mom's dealing with a lot, and we're trying to kind of navigate through all that. So in a way, I want to dedicate the show to him because he's one of my biggest supporters. I'm keeping it together here, but it's been really rough. Anyway, on that positive note, let's see if there's anything else in here. But thank you for understanding that. What are we saying? As soon as they... What about Lytle's call of the night? What was Lytle's call of the night? I don't know.
I remember I recorded something, though, Lytle said on the broadcast. Because it was like, Let's see if I can find it real quick.
You remember that? Okay, so there was a call. We do like to find that. My brain has just been in. I blamed it on the vodka. My brain's been in shambles over. Here's the call tonight. We have it. Evan was able to find it.
Hold on. I think it was Lytle. It's really quick.
What's he saying?
This is terrible. Hold on. Rubio came all over him right from the very beginning. I wish we had his live reaction. I wish I remembered that.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll get it. We can use that. We'll use that in the future. This is great.
That would be great. That would have been a great soundbite to hit, as he told us.
Well, we're gonna get a clean soundbite of that next time he comes on, and we'll make sure we'll set him up for that. If he's not watching right now, he won't know. Well, there you go. I think that's a great way to end it. Guys coming all over other guys, and here in the BKFC, and I mean that's what he said, right?
Yep.
He's got to come on him.
With the boss in
Love that one.
Whoa!
Play that one. That's a good one.
With the boss in attendance, David Feldman, Angel Hernandez claims victory in his BKFC debut.
What the fuck? The senior camera was the best thing we added.
Yeah, we got to get more of
I
him
wish
in
they
there.
used it more on the broadcast.
There was something that happened one time, and I asked for it. I think they didn't have it or something. We're going to start pulling that if we can, if we're able to. I don't know. You guys tell me for the podcast, because there's so many good reactions if we don't get the show. On that note, by the way, everybody in the chat, thank you for your love you're giving me. That means a lot to me. I appreciate you guys getting through this with me. I appreciate being able to share my life with you, and thank you. And on that note, we'll keep it going in style. I think we're good, right? All right.
I think we're good.
So here you are, Fight Week, headed straight to Denver. Can't wait to see you in Denver. Thank you guys for getting through this with me. You don't even know, but I appreciate you. So what do we always do? We're going to get buffed up. We're going to knuckle up. And today, for my boy Chris, we're going to raise a Forge Irish Stout, maybe 2 or 3. We love you, buddy, and I love all you guys. We'll see you in Denver, baby. The Mile High City!